because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start. I'm 30, so it works.
You got a ways to go to get this old.
Doesn't feel like it. Time goes by so much faster when you have a kid. You know that? It's crazy. Like
Oh, yeah, that's true.
lightning speed. Like if you want to feel old really quick and just watch your life pass you by in like a year, just have a baby, and then all of a sudden it's 4 years later, and you're going, "How did I get here?"
You're not doing a good job of convincing me to have kids.
I guess not. I am not. They're so cute and loving. They're just a lot of work, but they're adorable and worth it. I work with them. I don't know why. I raise one and then I go to work with them. So
That's too many
um,
kids for
I know that's okay. Their parents are more work.
me.
Okay, so I see your screen. I gotta move it so I can see my questions a little bit here too. Do you take notes when you do these? Because I feel like I need to, but I don't. Because I don't do that when I work and I interview people.
It's your call. I usually, yeah, when I do these, I don't because I'll usually rewatch at some point.
Okay.
So like I
I
remember the
yeah,
big ticket items, and then I rewatch it for any of the details I missed.
good deal. All right. Well, all right. You've got the website. We're good to go. I see your
I
screen.
am.
All right. I'm good to go. You ready for some questions?
Fire away.
All right. I don't think we need to do my warm up questions. I think we're good on those, though. We're pretty,
Okay.
we're pretty acquainted, I think. So, all right. All right. Time to get serious here.
Let me get
So, my
serious.
get serious. Well, I asked you how old you are and where you're from, which is
Yes. I'm 36, originally from Philadelphia, but currently live in Southeast Florida in Palm Beach Gardens.
it nice there?
It actually really is, yeah.
It sounds like a nice place. Palm Beach sounds like it'd be a good place to live. And you
Yeah,
don't.
there's lots of malls.
Oh. And kids live with you, pets live with you.
Pets. I have three pets: Giles, Willow, and Buffy.
And what pets are they? Kind of animal.
Uh, they are three cats.
Three cats. And you're a cat person over a dog person then.
Yeah, I'm a cat person.
Are
I don't
you?
think I've ever had a dog.
Never in your life. Wow.
I
Cat.
don't think so, no. We never even had cats growing up. We only got cats like college time.
Very cool. And what do you do for a living? What's your job?
I am a senior program owner for a digital transformation company.
It sounds like an interesting job.
It is. I have lots and lots of meetings like this.
I bet you do. So you're going to be a great interview for me. You know what you're doing.
Don't set the bar too high. Don't set the bar too high.
And you use technology a lot, I'm assuming.
I do, yes.
You just a little bit. And what's your preferred tech device? Do you like
Ooh, good.
is it an iPhone, an Android? Is it tablet?
Yeah, it is an Android. It is a Note something.
A note
Four,
something.
five. It does this thing.
Okay. Does this thing. Yeah. Good phone. Oh, that's got the little pen in it.
Yeah, I never use it, but that's why I bought it.
Hmm. That's an interesting piece of data there, isn't it? You never use the pen, that's
Yeah.
why you bought it.
Nope. But
I
the weird thing is every time I show my phone to people, I do show them that I have the pen.
Because it pulls out of the bottom and looks really
Yeah, it
impressive.
looks cool.
Does it work? That's a question.
Yes, but for what? I don't know.
To write notes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and you can do drawings and stuff, but I never use it for that.
Okay. Well, I won't buy that phone.
But
And what do you use to get your weather data most? Do you use an app? Do you use a website or news
I usually was the websites.
sites? What is your favorite website for it?
Probably weather.com.
Weather.com. And have you ever heard of the National Hurricane website before all this?
I not before all of this, no.
Okay. Never. And you've never used it before then. So now that you see it, what are you thinking about it?
There's a lot going on. um, so it looks pretty simple.
Okay.
Um, and I guess there's a lot of stuff hidden. So to compare it to other sites that I use, usually they'll have like a forecast right away or enter in your information right away as soon as you log in or as soon as you get there for where you are. This looks more generic. I guess it's just looking at the Atlantic to start.
Okay. Can you look at another ocean, maybe a different area on the map if you try?
Oh, maybe not. So I clicked it and it changed the map.
Okay.
Um, oh, we do have the Eastern North Pacific though here,
Hmm.
which is a different map. Okay, so it looks like I'm looking at the West Coast and the East Coast between the two.
And where do you live on that map?
I live over here on the right below this little eyeball. That is Lake Okeechobee, and I
God,
live right below there.
it looks pretty close to the ocean there, at least on the map.
We are 15 minutes from the ocean, maybe
Very.
less.
Oh, wow. Did you experience a hurricane before then?
We had one when I lived in Philly a few years ago. Um, I'm blanking on the name, but it was the one that flooded the subways of New York.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Yeah, I've heard of that one. I'm a weather freak.
yeah, yeah. So that one was probably the only one that I experienced prior to moving to Florida.
Okay. What was that like?
That one, the only thing I noticed, it rained a lot, but we lost power, and so we all went to my older brother's place when we lost power. That was really it. Otherwise, it didn't really affect us.
How long did you lose the power for?
Just a day or so, like 24 hours.
Okay. Is that the only time you've ever experienced like any major tropical weather storms?
Last year for Matthew, we were here. Um, and so we went to my mother-in-law's, who has shutters and all that. So we went over there because it was supposed to hit us directly. So we went over there and kind of hid in her house with the shutters and everything through Matthew. But there was very minimal damage. I
Oh,
think a couple of trees got knocked over here and there, but other than that, it looked like a regular storm to us.
you feel like you got lucky?
Yeah, yeah. I think whatever the numbers are, I know it was supposed to hit as like a 4 or something, but it ended up being like 2 numbers lower, maybe. So like a 2.
Okay. So
Um,
that's pretty intense though, no matter what situation you're in, even
yeah.
watching from Ohio, where I'm at. So now I don't really have to give you my scenario because you've kind of lived it. So what I would like you to do is kind of play around with this and pretend that you need to use this site and you have no idea what you're going to do in a hurricane, and you have to figure
Which is and that's spot on because I really still do not know what I'm supposed to do.
it. Really?
Um,
You're gonna have
yeah,
to
I'm bad.
do a couple of them, huh?
Yeah, I mean this one we got more serious.
Oh yeah.
Um, but so the big thing I learned, and I guess I can't see that here. Oh yeah, okay, yes, this is perfect.
Okay. Cool.
So the big thing I learned during this last one during Irma was that this cone here that
Yeah.
I'm showing, my
Okay.
understanding is that was like the total damage could be,
Oh, okay.
but that's actually predicting where the eye could be. So the eye could be all the way on the far left here or all the way on the far right.
Ah.
So when you're making plans like I did during Irma and you're looking at the map and you're like, oh, it misses this area, let's go stay in a hotel there. But if the eye moves to the center of the bubble, you are getting hit.
And you do not want to go directly into it. You're trying to get out of it. So is there
Yeah,
anywhere on there that explains that?
I don't think so. No. Um, no, see, yeah, it says the tracking area, but it doesn't call out that, yeah, the eye can be anywhere in that. So this is
Oh.
basically saying this is as far as left as it could go. This is as far right, like at this moment in time, their prediction. But literally, the eye could be right here, which means your bubble
Is way
would
farther
actually is way
there,
out there. Yeah,
which makes your affected area much larger than what it looks
yeah,
like.
and absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So when you look, if you looked at Irma, this cone was covering basically the whole state,
Yes. Oh,
and so
now
it was
and
a lot
I
of fun trying to predict.
now and that makes it a lot more worse than it seemed when I watched it on the news. Now that I know that,
Yep.
I didn't know that either. Wow.
Yeah, and as it would change, so on the first day, yeah, the first 2 days we went up and we stayed in Daytona,
Okay.
which is probably like right there.
Yeah, I've
Um,
okay.
and so it looked like it was moving away from us completely, and then it turned, and then the bubble caught us, like that turned into Daytona, and we're like, ugh, that's the terrible place to be. We were on the beach. So
Oh
then we came back to Orlando, and then it shifted back to come right over Orlando. We were like, come on.
no. So you were like outrunning this hurricane, trying to find it on a map
Yep.
and had no idea.
Yeah, poorly outrunning.
Oh no. So if you were looking at this site, would it have helped you?
No, not at all. It would have just made me panic more. So it helps in regards to times.
Okay.
So like showing here like 2 p.m. Friday, showing 2 p.m. Saturday, but so you know at least like where you're going to be at that time. But again, this sort of center could
Right.
be anywhere sort of along this line.
Okay.
So yeah, 2 p.m. Saturday here, but it might really be like 1 p.m. Saturday here and like 3 p.m. Saturday there. So if it turns, so it's helpful enough so that you have an idea.
Okay.
But like with Florida being so thin and narrow, it's not like you can go, oh, let me drive 2 hours left and get away from it if it shifts. You can't go left. That's the ocean.
Ah,
So the timing would have been helpful, but not so much the cone unless it was way far left or way far right.
very interesting. Okay. So go back to the home page. We'll get away from the map for a minute. And I want you to check for emergency resources during a hurricane on this website. You can tell me what you
Okay.
find.
I'm going to guess under educational resources. There's a lot of stuff here. The prep week, I guess that's the week before or in general, but I'm going to go look for the hurricane safety first.
Okay. And we'll start at the beginning of the hurricane. You know, it's coming, I guess, and we'll kind of go from there. And you tell me what
Yeah.
you would want to look for because
Um,
you get a 48-hour warning and then a 36-hour warning, I think. But you know it's coming.
yeah, and then a you're screwed warning, which is like the last.
We'll go with the you're screwed warning and pretend from there. Makes it a little
Yeah.
intense.
So I go here, and this is a lot of information about hurricanes, but not really the tips yet.
Okay.
Tells me about storm surge and flooding, which are kind of generic. So
Right.
this is all very generic information.
Okay.
Um, so hurricane hazards, climatology, none of that seems to help me plan for
Do
a
you know what
hurricane.
those things mean? Do you know what storm surge is? Do you know what the vocabulary of the word?
So I know a storm surge is. I think the waves literally go higher. I think, and that's all I know.
Okay.
I know when we were at the hotel in Daytona, like we were like right next to the ocean, and they were removing patio furniture because they were like the storm surge is going to hit all of that. And I was like, oh,
Right.
I don't know what that means, but I guess big waves.
Okay. Okay.
Um, National Hurricane Center, Central Pacific Hurricane. Yeah, I wouldn't look at any of those. The centers, I don't know what the center would help me
Okay.
with.
If you needed a shelter, can you find it?
Oof. Well, let's see. There's an evacuation plan. Find out if you need to evacuate. Plan your evacuation route. I would like to do that.
Okay.
That is just the image, so that's not
Yep.
going to help me. Uh, Evacuation site website, and it's taking me somewhere else.
I see that.
Let's do it in a new
Where
window.
did it take you?
It's taking me to 2017 evacuation zones.
Okay. What do we
I
got?
don't think this actually helps me.
No. Do you know where to go? Because it's about to flood and be hit by a hurricane, so gotta find somewhere to go, I guess.
Yeah.
In this
That.
situation, how are you feeling?
Oh, right now I'd be freaking out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. None of this seems to help me, so I'm going to go back.
Okay.
Let's go back one more,
Now, would you
and I'm gonna.
bail or would you keep looking on this site?
At this stage, I'd probably bail and like Google where to go.
You Google where to go. Just use general. Okay, got it. Google search Saves the day.
Yeah, take action sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Secure your home. Stay tuned in. Um, See, but like follow instructions issued by local officials.
Okay.
Where do I get that?
Okay. Good question. I don't
So
know.
it'd be great if there was like a link or something.
Somebody to take you directly
Uh,
there.
yeah,
You have
yeah.
to
I'm looking.
look hard for the
Hurricane.
information you need then. Is it easy to navigate?
I'd say it's difficult because the obvious stuff is okay. A hurricane's about to hit. Where
Right.
do I go?
Yeah.
And
Is
it
it there for
doesn't
you?
seem to be telling me that. No.
It's not pretty in your face. You can find it immediately. You have to look for it. It's kind of
Yeah, which is weird, right? Because if and maybe it's just because there's not an emergency right now. Maybe if there was an emergency, they would call it out. But I assume something somewhere is going wrong. So where would I
like,
look?
and why
Uh,
would you be visiting that site anyways?
right. I mean, I'm not here for fun. I mean, I'm here for an interview, but but I
Right.
wouldn't be here unless I was looking up a situation. In which case, I would want that information available. Or if I'm a planner, which I'm not, but if I
Okay.
were a planner, I'd like to say, hey, I just had a hurricane roll through. Wouldn't it be great if I knew where to go next time?
True.
And so maybe I'd be here planning and I'd be annoyed and give up and then panic when the next hurricane hits.
Okay. Well, you wouldn't go look anywhere else for it though. You just give up because it would make you that frustrated where you go to like weather.com or turn on your news.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably weather.com I always liked from a perspective of those cones because it seems to be the
Yes.
first thing you see right away.
Yes.
Um I yeah, I'd probably like just Google like Palm Beach Gardens evacuation hurricane or something like that.
Okay. So let's see. Looks like I've got most of my questions answered by you. It's pretty relevant that you live in an area that experiences hurricanes. So that's helpful. Like overall, when you're using this, what do you think about it? Just as a general website for hurricane and tropical weather storm information.
I it may be detailed, but I don't like the way it's constructed. Like so even when you look at the resources, right? I'm on the hurricane safety page, I
Mm-hmm.
think. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's hurricane safety, hurricane hazards. So I don't that's just confusing to me that they shouldn't be one and the same, right? The safety would
Right.
be to avoid the hazards. Um Historical hurricane tracks. So now we're getting to like research stuff, not panic stuff.
Right. Okay.
Um, so it's a weird grouping. Like I feel like there should be like an educational side and like oh crap, you're in a hurricane side.
Makes sense.
Because this like if I was doing a report on the National Weather Service or past hurricanes, all this stuff may be very helpful. But even when I go to the take action, right? It says secure your home, cover all your home's windows, right? Permanent storm shelters. Okay, that's good. Second option is board up windows. Great. Stay tuned in, and then it links me to other places. Follow instructions linked by local officials. And
Okay.
then if ordered not to evacuate, but it's just kind of like this little text here. Yeah, this I wouldn't find this very helpful, especially if I'm in an emergency. I'm not eye scanning all of the text,
Right.
right? To go, okay, well, like stay away from window skylights and glass doors. I would have never have gotten to that line
Good point.
because I'd look here and go, yeah, what do I do? None of this makes sense.
Okay.
And again, leave immediately if ordered, but I can't find where to go.
Ah, that's not very helpful then. Okay.
Yeah.
Text easy to read, pretty small. Bigger text would be helpful.
Yeah, or at least better organized. I mean, just a sea of bullets that doesn't really do anything for me. And it's kind of like secure your home, stay tuned in, follow. Like, are these the order I'm supposed to do these things in?
Ah, okay. So
I don't know if this is like chronological.
okay. Is that's kind of confusing then? Because you don't know
Yes.
what steps to take first.
Yeah, and so during, so for example, we knew like you're not supposed to do the taping your window trick, but I learned that from TV, not from the
Okay.
website. Um, so I don't know if you've ever seen that, but that's a big thing. They'll show
Absolutely.
people. putting tape over their windows.
Yes.
That actually makes it worse because when the glass breaks, it won't shatter into small pieces. It'll stay in big chunks to kill you.
Oh, huh.
But I did see websites before that have said to do that. Not this one, but I have seen
No.
that before.
That's interesting. I did not know that. Okay. Well, it looks
Um,
like, go ahead.
Now I was looking at weather safety,
Right.
and again, because if I'm thinking in terms of I have to get safe, I go to weather safety, and it brings me back to the same place I was before.
It does. It's not very clear.
No, and yeah, I think what kind of frustrates me is this. I feel like this is more educational.
Okay.
Like I go to, and maybe that's the design, right? But I go to like forecast.
Right.
That's a lot of options,
Yes.
right? I'm in a hurry. I'm trying to see if a hurricane is hitting me in the next 2 hours.
Okay.
And I go, I guess I'm doing local.
Mm,
I don't want aviation forecast, right?
right. Can you
Okay,
please?
now I have a map.
That's a whole nother map. What do you think about it?
Um, I don't know what any of the purple or colors mean. There's no key.
No, there's not. Does it do anything?
Oh, I can zoom in. Okay, so let me zoom into Florida. This may actually be helpful, but
Hmm.
so I am down here.
Okay.
So I am like right there, right
Okay.
above the 8.
Oh, it's nice there.
Yeah, 80 degrees, 20% humidity.
I'm jealous.
Uh,
Oh, look at
Tomorrow it's going to be 89.
must be nice.
Yeah, it's unbearable actually.
Yeah,
It's
sunny and
ridiculous.
89.
No, but it's yeah, the humidity's a bit much right now. I need some fall weather.
Okay. Just come to Ohio. We have plenty.
Yeah.
Lots of it.
um, yeah, so this is helpful to see a forecast, but I want that hurricane showing up
Okay.
nearby or some sort of indicator, right? So like when I would click this, I'd like to expand the forecast.
Right.
Like so, say there's a hurricane coming Thursday or Friday, and I'm
Okay.
like, hey, I just want to see if what's the weather going to be like, whether it hits us or not. Here I'm looking at forecast I get tonight and tomorrow, but what if I wanted to see further out?
Uh,
I got nothing.
no, you don't. You can't do anything when you click all the way out there. It does nothing.
Nope.
Is there anything else you can do with that map at all? Can't even.
No, that's what I'm looking. I can see current hazards. Oh, and
Yeah.
then way too many options again. Oh, geez,
Is
that's
there a better map system you've used before?
um, yeah. So if weather dot and so I'm going to jump to that real quick just to show
Okay.
us. So if I go to weather.com,
Okay.
you'll see it knows I'm in Palm Beach Gardens, right? Or it has show me the weather or find me, right?
Right.
And so if I click that, and so it has the map right here, but it's like a Google map, so I could zoom and stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, okay, yeah. And so here's the next 36 hours. So I've got till Wednesday, and I can go to 10 days, which would be nice.
More
Um,
options. It looks like
yeah.
hourly.
Uh, yeah. So if I go to 10 days, okay, yeah. So this would be perfect, right? So I see there's thunderstorms coming next Saturday
Perfect.
for a whole week.
Oh,
That's exciting,
that is a lot of rain.
right? Look at that.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's man, is that real? Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you got like 60% chance, so maybe you'll get it a day there. It rains.
Florida's weird like that. Yeah, it'll just rain for 10 minutes and then stop.
Ah,
But I see here I've got today, 5 day, 10 day, weekend, monthly maps. And then okay, so they hide their forecasts over here. Whereas the site we were on kind of
yeah.
had it right away.
More at 5.
Um,
Okay, so what do you, so you don't need to see that forecast like right away. More like the hourly thing is important to you. Days.
yeah, hourly and then days. And again, if I hear that a hurricane's coming, my initial reaction is just, where's the hurricane itself? But then secondarily, even if it's going to miss us, like say it's going to fly up the coast,
Right.
I go, okay, well, what's our weather going to be like? Are we going to have lots of storms? And so I would look at that like 10-day out,
Okay.
and go, oh, geez, yeah, it's going to be all storms next week.
Right. How do you prepare for a storm where you're at? By the beach?
Geez. So
Promise.
we pull in all the patio furniture, like we have a deck. So we
Okay.
pull in everything for the deck.
Okay.
Um,
I love.
that's about it. Yeah, that's about it for the house.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, we have an apartment, so we just kind of give up. We go, okay, pull everything out, and we wish the best.
Okay.
That being said, we do help. My mother-in-law has a home nearby, so we help put down the shutters. She has giant metal shutters. Um, so it's weird down here. You're only allowed to put down the shutters like when there's a hurricane coming, and you're only allowed to do it like within X amount of days before that. So like you have to kind of plan like, oh, when's the hurricane coming? Saturday. Okay, that means we could put down the shutters on Thursday or Friday, whatever that math is.
Does it take a lot of work to put them down? We don't have them here. I'm curious.
Um, so if you have them installed, there's two types that I know of, and I'm
Okay.
sure there are a lot more. But I've only seen two types. So the first type is where they're kind of like affixed and they kind of look like awnings,
Yeah.
and then you unscrew them and they sort of fall down, and then you screw them back in. Those ones are relatively easy for like people like us.
Yeah.
For older folks, it's a little more difficult. Um, but then I know certain apartment complexes where it's always taken down, and so you have to screw it in over, and so those are a lot more difficult for older folks to do.
Wow.
So those are kind of a pain.
There's rumors that they don't work and that they're kind of pointless. Is that true?
That may be true.
Huh.
I
Well,
did see when we ended up at my older brother's place during Irma, and we did find a couple shutters on the ground.
okay.
So somebody lost a few.
I don't think they're supposed to come off the house, but I don't
No,
that business. Make them.
exactly.
Can make some money there. Just okay.
Let's just
Wow.
drop out. New business.
I'm down. Let's try it out. Your experience for shutters during window shutters. Protect yourself from hurricane and tornadoes. Any other natural disasters that we might find.
All the scattered thunderstorms that are coming.
Yes, looks like you got some. I wonder. Okay, so go back to that homepage one more time, and then I'm gonna let you go to bed. At least maybe.
Okay,
All right,
maybe.
maybe. You're a good interview. Gotta, make it work while I can. Do you see about rain? I'm just curious on that map. Would you have known that there's like rain coming in the next 10 days on that map?
No, this map doesn't make any sense. So, like, this is the Florida Keys down here, and I don't know why that's gray.
Okay, I
For
don't either.
example, I don't know what the green is.
Okay.
Something's happening up here. This big
Yeah.
purple monster.
Okay, one last thing. See if you can find the mission statement on there for me and their whole purpose. It should be stated somewhere on their website.
Let's go. Oh, geez, even their about's huge. I'm
Mm.
just overwhelmed, I think, with everything
Mhm.
on here.
Freaks you out
There
even.
we go.
All right, check it out, and I just kind of want you to like skim through it. I guess there should be. Let's see. Something telling you about like what they do for the community, and I want you to tell me if that is accurate after using the site. Kind of who they are. Do they live up to the
Timely provision of reliable weather, water, climate, environmental information. Okay, here's our forecast and services. Partners. So I guess what they're calling out is that they play a role in protecting American lives and properties, um, which could very well be true.
Okay.
I know when I look at here, it seems more like a research, just being blind to this website. it would seem like this is a great place to do research on weather and to maybe look at patterns and predictions and those types of things. But for a, I'm panicking, don't know anything about hurricanes, what do I do?
Mm-hmm.
This seems to go, well, there's a lot of stuff you could look up. And I'm like, yeah, but what's like the important thing to like to not have my house blow away right now?
So it's not personal for the situation, kind of thing.
Yeah, and again, maybe if there's a hurricane, maybe there's just no bad hurricanes coming right now. So I don't know if the page changes dramatically.
Got it.
Um, but yeah, it. I mean, even when I click the about, right? I mean, that's a lot of information in that drop down.
Yeah, a lot of words. Okay. I really
Yeah, each,
appreciate your insight on this. You're like a professional anyways, so your critique
yeah.
on the website is gold.
I try. I try. Well, and again, it's just because I just sat through this where, I'm the dumb Philly guy who doesn't understand hurricanes.
Okay.
So I was constantly like, why don't we do this? And then it's like, no, don't do that. That's a terrible idea. It's like,
How
oh,
long,
okay. Well,
how long did you go
where would
to
I?
Philly?
I was there until I was like 33,
Oh
30,
wow.
yeah, 32, something like that. So,
So you when did you move to Florida?
yeah, just like 3 years ago.
Oh, very cool. So you're kind of a newer resident to the beach life then?
Yes, hence the magnificent tan.
Well, you got 3 years to tan though, so what's going on?
Yeah, I'm doing it all wrong.
Yeah, I would be at that beach every day. I couldn't get enough of it. And do you have I'm just curious if you have family there.
Yeah, so my family is here now. So my wife's a Floridian, so I used to come down here for training sessions all the time.
Great.
And the company I used to work for, their headquarters was down here. And so I used to come down all the time. So I met her at a training seminar, and then so she came up to Philly for a few years. We lived up there for a couple of years, and then we both got job offers back down here. So we moved down, and then I think about a year later, my parents moved down.
Oh,
And then my older brother moved down, and my younger brother just moved down like 2 months ago.
so they followed you to the nice weather?
Yeah,
How cool.
yeah, and then we do we do hurricanes now, so they're excited about that.
That's cool. Philly, I think, has similar weather to Ohio. I don't.
Yeah, yeah. So they all miss the winter,
Mhm.
and they all hate the summer, but the fall and spring here are awesome.
They miss the winter, huh?
Yeah, weirdly, I don't. I don't. I miss the cold. I like cold, but I don't like snow.
Not me. I don't like any of it.
Yeah,
Well, I think we have gone through all my questions, so thank you for being such an awesome interviewee.
no problem.
I'm gonna stop recording.